Trojans, like Goonies, just never say die. Two different emotions on this side of the set. One man, Jordan Schultz, had SMU
down
in the Elite Eight. The other half, in the Bleacher Report bracket, had USC winning a couple games. We're feeling good over here, Schultzy. Nobody cares about our brackets. They care about Baylor against USC. What's this theme going to be?
I'll go zone, Steve, and I was really impressed with what USC did against SMU. They gave up some threes, but they zoned them and used their length and quickness to bother the Mustangs. And from Baylor's perspective, they got out of that classic Scott Drew 2-1-2, 1-2-2, the way it morphs. They got out of it against the Aggies of New Mexico State because they buried him in the first half with threes. They went man-to-man, and it changed the entire tempo of the game. We were calling for it. They finally did it. It'd be interesting to see what they do against USC, who has 3 or 4 really good shooters. I think they'll come out in the zone, but that could change to a man if USC shoots him out of it.
USC, you can't really peg him down. You know, 2 games ago, Jordan McLaughlin and Elijah Stewart.
Yeah.
I almost flipped the last 2 games between Providence and SMU. You just don't know who's going to beat you for USC. But Baylor has one of the best players in the country in Jonathan Motley.
Yeah, he's terrific.
That being said, your X factor.
I'm going to go with my man Benny Boatwright. Listen, at 6'8", 6'9", there's not that many players in the country, Steve, that can do the things he does. I think what gets lost because he makes so many threes is his ability to finish in the lane. You see in transition, he can really go off the dribble, use either hand, and he's a clutch player. I mean, he had that big 3 against SMU to go up 1 late, and he's just a guy that I would say USC relies on for, I would say, most of their big shots. I mean, Andy Infield looks at him as their go-to, along with McLaughlin and maybe Stewart at times. But he's very consistent, and he's such a matchup problem with that length, and he can defend. That's going to be a really big issue for Baylor, especially if they zone, because you can put him in the middle of the zone or you can put him on the perimeter.
For the Bears, they got over that first-round hump, that monkey that's been on their back the last couple years in the NCAA Tournament. They did it this year, winning 1 game. Do they win another one against USC?
No, they don't, Steve. Fight on, USC 77-69. I think this is a good game again. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of threes made, but ultimately I like the Trojans. They are a confident bunch right now, my friend. Andy Infield going to the Sweet 16 for the 2nd time after taking Florida Gulf Coast.
Your hashtag pony down for this one?
Pony down, man. I'm hurting. But you know what? I respect the Trojans now.
I'm looking forward to a fun game between Baylor and SC. Schultzy fighting on, though.